Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Talktor Who. We have everyone here, everyone that wanted to be part of this show. Thank you all for coming, by the way. I'm going to just go ahead and start on the very far left, and we're already laughing. It's fantastic. This is going to be really fun. Go ahead, Element.
Indeed. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Element of Light. Element or Light for short.
Are we going to go with Light? That's
Light. Light is good.
Okay, we're going to call you Light. All right, cool.
Good one syllable.
Hi, I'm Jen. Hey, folks, it's Moose.
Moose.
Hey, and I'm Jax.
And I am Link and Echo. You can call me Link. All right, so this very first episode of Talktor Who, we're talking about the very first episode of Doctor Who.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird how that works?
Whoa.
We're talking about Rose. So let's go ahead and talk about how many times has everyone seen this episode?
About 4 for me.
4?
Probably 3.
Okay. I'm at
Second.
5.
If you're at 5, I'm at 4.
Right. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've seen it with just me, then I saw it with my mom, then I saw it with you, and I think we saw it twice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and if it helps folks, Link and Moose, myself, we're married.
Yep, we're married. We have Light and Jen are married, and then
I'm
there's
all alone.
and then there's Jax. Yep.
But we love him anyway.
Yeah.
Well, someone has to.
All right, so
But not in a weird fifth wheel way.
Nope.
Moving on.
Jen, you're the youngest out of all of us for the number of times that you've seen this episode.
Yep.
This is the second time that you've seen it. What are your thoughts on it for the second time? Because I know for me, I caught things the second time that I saw it that I didn't catch the first time.
I didn't remember this episode at all, so it was pretty much like watching it for the first time again. I don't know.
Very
it was
nice.
Good. I love Eccleston.
Very nice. I remember the second or third time that I saw this, I caught that the little lava thing said Time Lord. I didn't catch that the first time. Oh, probably because I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, what is this? Like 3 minutes already into this? We're going to be very spoilery on this podcast. So if you haven't... Exactly. If you haven't seen Doctor Who and you want to see Doctor Who without spoilers, please watch the episode before we start talking about it too much, because we're going to go way into like season 6 on this.
And we're going to stop saying.
We're not going to.
I mean, we're going to stop saying it. It's just going to be, you know it's going to be spoilers. It's just going to happen.
Spoiler warning in intro, spoiler warning here.
Yep. Yeah.
You're
Read
just going to have to figure
read
it
the
out.
intro, or
Although
you know,
There's plenty
listen
of
to it.
warnings.
Can I have a point of order? I do believe that since it's the new era of Doctor Who, they actually call them series.
They do. That's a
It's
good
series
point.
1.
Series
Oh.
1.
Yes.
Yeah. So
To distinguish from the
as we
original
said,
Who.
as we said before, we're not going to
months.
go into the past seasons because they're just way too many, and ain't nobody got time for that.
And they're hard
And
to
is-
find.
They're hard to
Yes,
find.
Doctor?
That's true.
Not readily available. I know.
Plenty of reasons.
Christopher Eccleston is actually Doctor Number 9.
Worst
Did
point.
did anybody else hate Mickey?
Yes.
Yes.
in this-
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's
Hands
a jerk.
down.
I mean,
He's
well,
a-
that's the design, but
It is.
yeah.
He's a pansy.
He's a tool. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's a complete tool to Rose. Like
He's an absolute
To
coward.
be fair, Rose
Yeah.
is not much of a
Leave
catch
him.
either.
that's
I'm
true.
not
But she
coming
is
in
better.
there. I'm not
She
coming
meets
in
the
there
guy
with
for
you.
the second time. She already holds hands with him. Come on.
Although,
Gosh,
She was
don't read my
looking for
emails.
somebody else.
Don't read my emails.
although to be fair
The
for
little-
Mickey, he was plastic for half this episode.
Yeah.
And okay,
But
let's
he
talk
wasn't
about
plastic
that.
When he
Yeah, well,
slapped her butt,
before-
or when he
Yeah.
did, like, it was just too much.
Or
That's
when
a
he thinks the
boyfriend
guy's
thing.
a serial online killer and is like, no, man, I'm not going in there. You go in there by yourself. I'm going to stay in the car.
Yeah.
Wear him
and
down.
look tough. Yeah,
Rose did not let him come inside with her.
she's a strong, independent woman.
They
Whatever.
don't need no
Fair.
man.
That's fair.
Whatever.
Probably
But still.
because Mickey isn't
Yeah,
a man.
Mickey's a
Mickey-
hero.
Let's
Mickey's
just
a
be
hero.
real.
Mickey is not a man. He was plastic for the duration of the last half of the episode. And let's talk about why Rose didn't notice
Plastic for
that
like
he was
3
plastic.
minutes.
Yeah.
That really only
right?
gets
Yeah.
him out of smashing tables with giant spatula.
Spatula
Like,
hands.
that's the only
What?
thing that he did that was
Breadboard
stupid.
hands.
Why do
Yeah.
restaurants never have stable tables? in
Because
these
they all
kinds of-
they all have to be breakable.
He hit those a good few times. Like
Yeah.
those
I
were
know.
those were among the more stable tables I've seen.
But
The
I mean,
chairs are just dissolved.
If
but
this is real life and I run a restaurant, I really want a stable table.
that's fair.
Can we stop saying stable table?
Stable table.
Say 5
No,
minutes
it's
fast.
too much
Come
fun.
on.
Yeah, he was really angry at like the salt shakers and stuff on there. Like,
Yeah.
those were just wrecked.
Just-
You would have
Well, you
rage
know,
against
salt-
it too.
Yeah, salt and plastic don't mix.
Oh,
Apparently,
yeah.
that's
You
that's the hope. I don't
That
know.
was the lesson.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Science.
yeah.
But how did she not notice his terrible driving?
Or pizza.
It just tells you how.
Babe,
pizza.
It tells you how
Pizza.
awful Mickey
Maybe
is
he was
normally.
Yeah.
I think.
No
Or
kidding.
how
Mickey's a
pasty and
diabetic?
flat his
Yes.
skin was.
Well-
Well, his hair didn't
Backstory.
stick out.
Backstory.
Backstory. What?
I guess.
Oh, Mickey's diabetic. He was.
That's
she
why
Oh,
has-
he's just
Pizza.
always pasty.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, not pasty.
Wait,
just
what?
focusing on food.
Oh, that makes
Food and-
sense.
And repeating words and not remembering things.
Babe, honey,
It's like
babe.
me when I'm hangry.
I wasn't aware that those were side effects of diabetes.
Fair.
But hey,
Diabetes.
the more
You know,
you know.
by horror logic, Rose should have been dead in the first 5 minutes.
I mean, by
Then they had the
going into
Deus.
every dark room. And
Yeah.
There's not enough main characters to kill her off immediately, though.
That would have been like there should have been a main character before her, and then just she would have been dead, and then we meet Rose.
They
It
only
amazes
killed off
me
one significant character.
Every
Yeah.
time that Rose is the first story that you see, like just from a storytelling standpoint, like it amazes me that Rose is the like if you were just coming into Doctor Who, you would see Rose as the very first
Right.
person. Like she's the story we're following
Right.
from a storytelling standpoint, and really as it goes later into all kinds of series, you largely do in a lot of ways follow the story of Rose until even they're in, I don't want to date this, but we're in like Capaldi right now.
Mm-hmm.
She impacts that story continuously, and I understand like the repetition thing, but it's strange to me how she is like it's her story from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even with Bad Wolf, that kind of continues throughout even the 50th year anniversary movie.
Yeah.
And that's what 6 seasons after.
Series.
There's a movie?
If we're gonna get
You haven't ever seen the movie?
No.
Yeah, there's
We're
like
gonna blow your
It's a
mind.
really long 50th anniversary special. It's
Yeah.
actually really good.
That's where the Zygons first came out of.
Oh, we did?
That's the one you loved.
Well,
with all
first
the
came
actors.
out of in this series.
Was
of,
that the one with all like
Doctor Who.
4 doctors and
Yep.
like?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
I
loved
love
that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's well
3.
guess-
I can't count.
Very
3.
briefly.
Yeah.
Actually, they're all.
There's
Oh yeah,
all
Capaldi was
12.
there too.
No.
His eyebrows.
His,
were-
his super
These are
duper
attack
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Were there. That was it. That's all you need. But yeah, that amazed me. I loved the themes right from the beginning. There were a bunch, like the Doctor making people better.
Mhm.
Like he improves on them, and I was like Rose and Mickey start off. Everyone he meets starts off like awful.
Yeah.
But
I do
Rose's
think that
mom.
yeah Rose's mom has
she's
she's
I don't think
useless.
she gets better.
No, she never
She
does.
gets a little.
Oh yeah, that's true. A little bit better.
Better than Donna's mom.
Hmm.
I'm still.
I never liked Donna's mom. I never
Who
will.
did?
Never will like.
Donna's dad made up.
Moose,
for it.
did you like Donna's mom?
Grandpa.
No, she was. I definitely like Jackie more than I like Donna's mom.
Jackie. Rose's. Yeah.
Rose's mom.
I got her mixed up with
His tiny.
Martha's mom?
Martha's mom. I
Oh,
didn't
she
like
was
Martha's
awful
mom either.
Too.
What's up
Although-
with this show and Terrible Mothers?
Right?
It's
Martha
like-
wasn't around long enough for her mom to change, anyways.
No,
Well, her
Thank
whole
God for
family
that.
had
Right.
issues.
Yeah.
I know.
Really
Although to
serious
be
issues.
fair, they were being fed vicious lies about the Doctor
It's true.
because of their close, relations with Sexton.
Sexton. Okay.
It's a powerful
Now we're going up a little bit further past
Yeah.
this
But yeah,
this
let's,
Reel it
episode.
back
Yeah.
in.
Reel it
How do you
back in a
feel
little
about
bit.
Rose's
And
mom?
speaking of themes from the beginning, I miss
Rose's
the old
theme.
music.
Yeah,
Right.
the old theme music, Rose's theme, every yep. Every person has their own theme, and I really like Rose's theme, and it comes up as like we we're talking about, it comes up later in later seasons,
Oh, yeah.
series. Sorry,
Right. Let's just be technically right, okay?
technically right. Yep,
Series.
of course.
That's not gonna happen.
No, I'm just gonna call them seasons.
We're too American.
Yeah.
Murder.
Anyways.
They really pushed on his theme of death too. Eccleston's specifically. Like the others all bring like chaos and the storm or whatever, but like they're really serious about he is the harbinger of death.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wherever he is, people die. And so
yeah. They almost paint him to be the bad guy a little bit, especially that one conspiracy theorist guy.
yeah.
Clive.
Well,
Clive.
From
Yeah.
Clive's perspective, all he knows is Doctor Who shows up at the same time as horrible things.
Mhm.
He doesn't know he's like a time traveler and he shows up there to try and stop it or whatever.
Save
Yeah.
that family, yeah.
So
The second time I watched this, I thought that the hand attacking looked the worst, like out of anything. Oh, hello, my computer fell asleep.
that's not good.
No, it would still record.
Whatever.
But like out of everything that happened in this show, I just thought right to the face, the hand thing.
The
Like,
levitation too.
that was so dumb.
It hangs in the air.
Right? It's like, okay,
How
I realize
exactly?
that you can control plastic, but I feel like you'd still have to be affected by gravity.
Have that
How-
written.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are so
NASA,
many questions
gravity.
about the plastic and the physics of it. Like, how is plastic strong enough to chop through a steel pipe?
Why?
Where do the guns come from?
Why did it decide
Where
on
did the
ninja
guns from?
plastic?
Yeah, ninja plastic. There you go.
Chopping.
I
with their
I
hands.
thought though, I thought they
Built into
played
the joints?
yeah. I thought they played well later on. I think in season 6, series 6, with the toy Romans,
Oh yeah, definitely.
The-
where they played
Definitely are
back
better
off
when
of
they
that.
come back and they're much
Uh,
more believable.
right.
Human.
Certainly.
Yes, but let's realize the limitations of
Remember that?
2005 and CGI.
CGI in
Fair.
2005.
Garbage can.
It's fair. But yeah, the guns. I'm like,
Where
did they just get that idea as they're filming later on? Like, we need
Oh,
something.
we need something more.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Or we can't
For-
show people's heads getting chopped down or
Right.
something.
And for all intents and
Bludgeoned to
purposes,
yeah.
Rose's mom should have been dead
Oh,
because they took way too long.
Well-
Rose took way too long to figure out what to do.
That's
We did
assuming that
learn.
things are happening at the same time.
Right.
we did
But-
learn that they can run too to the elevator. Like that's the only time we see them move quickly. But
Mm-hmm.
they legitimately ran after them to the elevator.
Right. I ever
The
since
first scene.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right,
that takes
that's
more
true.
processing power.
Maybe.
I don't know.
The connection could have been a little bit weak.
yeah, because at that point the
So the control in a hand.
It was the other.
yeah they're only
transmitter.
controlling you.
Speaking of the transmitter, he doesn't seem the doctor doesn't seem particularly concerned with collateral damage when he blows up like the top 5 floors of that building. It's like, I don't think
Well,
you
that
needed
kinda
that
happened.
much explosive to get rid of that transmitter.
Oh, you know,
trace.
go big or go home.
I guess.
Well, I have to
Not a
say,
scorched earth.
I felt like a lot of the character development for the Doctor happened in a very small amount of time. Right when he was in Rose's apartment for the first time, where he was like, "Oh, could have been better on the ears" or things like that. It makes you think that he just regenerated again, which means that you think that he died in the explosion. But if he did, why would he regen as himself?
And
Oh,
well,
I
that
never
does-
thought of that
You never-
before.
It
Really?
doesn't make a lot of sense because he has the same face in all of the photos that Clive is showing them.
But you're thinking third dimensionally. You're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
I mean, this is when he's alone. He's never
Back
alone
to the
again
Future
once-
reference on that one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Marty.
But he always has Rose until he turns into Tennant.
That would
and
be the
she's
only-
not
yeah.
with him there
But
in any of those.
I
But he
think
does
I
that
don't-
later too. The same face.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think something though
would've
to
counted
realize about this episode is that the title is Rose, so
Yeah.
we're not going to get
Yeah.
as much character development
That's true.
with the Doctor as we are with Rose because we see her blossom in this episode.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, actually, that was unintentional.
But yeah, it's
no,
her story.
It
Yeah.
is. It is exactly her story. Here she is at the beginning, you know, this 18-year-old girl that works in a shop because she quit school early in life. Kids, stay in school. And
Or meet the doctor.
or meet the
Or meet the
doctor.
doctor.
Either way. And then, you know, she just happens to like stumble across this man who just goes and completely changes her life. And ladies, men do not have to change your life, but you know, the right person at the right time. Blah 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 blah.
If your life
Thank-
sucks,
thank you.
It's a good thing.
You know.
Thank you for the more you know snippet there.
I could go into a
PSA.
very long feminist rant right now. I will contain myself. I was
Let's
famous
not
for my
do
rants
that.
in college, but you know, we see her grow so much as a person, and it's astounding to me.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you
She
get
definitely gets to a point where she wants more out of life.
yeah.
Hence the going with him at the end.
Oh, and yeah. Okay, so let's bring that back up. So Mickey's standing there in. Oh, you. I was gonna say Mickey's standing there at the very end, and Rose says thanks, and he's like, for what? And she's like, exactly. And I'm like,
Ooh,
okay,
burn.
if I was Mickey, I would take that as I'm dumped, like it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
done.
Mickey can't
Yeah.
take hints. Though.
Of course
We
not.
know that.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
not.
plastic.
Also, there's a good.
He's
chance
not the
still
brightest
in
bulb
shock.
on the Christmas tree.
But oh my goodness, the line at the very end, the thing that the doctor says that actually makes her come along though is it travels in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has an agenda. She has a not okay agenda from the very beginning.
Well, what do you think it is?
Well, I mean, we do see it later. Like the doctor actually brings it up. He's like, "Oh, I said you travels in time, and that's what made you want to come along, so you could mess things up.
Oh,
Is that?
He brings it up. He brings up
Interesting.
that quote.
Oh,
I
I
never-
never just assumed that she
I never
went
got
with him
that.
because he left, and then she was like, "Oh,
Nope.
I can
well."
come
And then he
back like
came
nothing
back,
has
and
ever
she's
happened.
like, "Oh, well, second chance on
yeah,
life
that's
this
love
time."
yeah, that's
The
what I thought it was
exact
too.
quote was,
Foreshadowing
"I
of
can travel
that.
through space," and she's like, "Oh, that's nice." And then he comes back and says, "Oh, I can travel through time," and she's like, "Oh."
But he brings it up.
Interesting.
He's like, I said I could travel through time, and you thought of this, and he hates
Oh.
her for it.
I remember
Wow.
what you're referring to now.
I do not.
I don't remember
but
that.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's the
I mean, we do bring up spoilers in
We'll
here,
get there.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's perfect.
It's the episode with Rose's
her
dad,
father.
Yep.
Yeah.
isn't it? With
She
the
wants to save him.
Oh, I never put that
Yeah.
together.
That's it.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Oh my
I
gosh.
only put it
Oh.
together
I will-
because
The
Eccleston
wicked
says it.
sweet dragon.
Yeah, I don't remember that episode because I've only watched it once or twice.
Okay.
That's the episode she imprints on Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
She does what
That was
now?
wow. Yeah.
Creepy.
She
That was
accidentally
weird.
imprints on Mickey.
Yep.
And so
Interesting.
that's why he's destined to like fall in love with her later on in life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But-
Well, okay. So the first time that I looked at the inside of the TARDIS, it blew my mind. Like I had no idea what was going to go in there. Like I had no idea about what the TARDIS was or what Doctor Who was the first time I saw this on Netflix. I'm like, holy cow! I know I'm gonna like this show just because of that moment
When she goes inside.
when she goes in when she goes inside of the TARDIS,
And she
The
doesn't
inside's
say
bigger
it's
than the
bigger on
outside.
the
and she doesn't say bigger on the inside at the very beginning.
No.
What did it for you? Was it all the cables that were hanging down? Because I know you're a tech guy.
It's the grunge. It's, all
It's the
Cables
grunge.
get me.
It's so grungy.
It's the tree bark that's coming off the side. I don't know. I thought it was really cool that it was in this such
all the
small.
round things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Love the
I
round
miss the
things.
round things.
Need more. Always
Oh
more.
no, I don't
love-
know. I just
there-
thought it was really cool idea.
I almost want to rewatch this episode because I could swear there was not a single scene without graffiti somewhere in it on the walls.
Oh, I wouldn't be
Even
surprised.
In their house, they
I mean,
had,
downtown
like,
London.
paint swatches like all over the walls in varying colors. I noticed. I'm like, it looks like they tried to decide on a pink color, and her mom was like, "No, we can't afford it," or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like there are just 4 random strips of paint,
Oh yeah, probably.
and everything else is like spackle.
I wonder what the reason is for that. As
It's just an odd detail that
Yeah.
is like it really plays to their character.
I suppose, yeah, that's
It's-
right.
Yeah, their lives are pretty chaotic.
On the plus side, like on something that I really liked from this episode, Plastic Mickey. Like I thought it was a really solid twist
Mm-hmm.
on how they did that. Admittedly, they didn't do it to anyone else, so I was a little disappointed. Like that wasn't the plan all along to make
Right.
people plastic. But on the I thought it was a good plot twist. Way to
I mean-
further the plot. Like it was creative.
Rose didn't really know anybody else other than Mickey or her mom.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose she could have been turned into plastic too. That might have been an interesting twist as well. But
Yeah.
I wonder what that would have added.
Interesting.
I just
twist
meant
also.
general, like the public.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Plastic
that too.
Mickey
Yeah.
was
Would
a
it
much
have
better
added a
character
twist
than regular Mickey. He was certainly more interesting.
Certainly more.
I do
interesting.
like how this episode starts to explore that idea that we're going to see later on in further episodes
Mm-hmm.
of having another copy of yourself, but you still have to keep the original alive.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see that later on when Matt Smith becomes the Doctor. with
Right.
the
I really
flesh.
do enjoy that
So-
episode.
Did I see that
I think
that one. That was the one with the.
That was one of the ones I missed
Okay.
when my family watched through it the second
When they
time.
had the gangers and they sent them into the pit of acid and
Oh, that one.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Super spoilers.
yeah, no kidding. I think that I enjoy that episode more because this episode happens.
Yeah.
Because it kind of sets that up.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a philosophical
Yeah.
talking point of a lot of Doctor Who is what is yourself,
Right.
really.
It's true.
If you have does memories make you yourself? Do thought processes make you yourself?
I should loan you my book, Doctor Who and Philosophy. I think that you'd like it.
That'd be fun.
I haven't read it at all, but I have it.
Can't complain.
I have it.
I'd
Might
like
shed
it.
a little light on the subject for you.
I have it. I don't know what it's about, but I think you'll like it.
I
Thanks,
have a
nice
pretty
name reference there.
pretty good guess as to it's about Doctor Who and philosophy.
What? No
lot of
way.
philosophy.
It
I
did
think them being interconnected somehow.
Somehow.
is part of it.
maybe. I'm not gonna. I mean, I can't judge a book by its cover, but
Another
And-
huge theme in this thing that amazes me that it's right from the beginning is the Doctor gives the critter a chance. He gives the consciousness a chance, and that's Tennant's thing.
mm-hmm.
Is like, I've got to give it a chance. I've got to give it a chance. Everything he faces, he's like, I've got to go talk to it and give it a chance to survive. But even the first thing we see about the Doctor is that he's like,
Give
I'm
it
going
a
to give it a
chance.
chance to surrender.
Just one chance, though.
One.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Yep.
it. Well, that's all they need.
No
If they don't
second
take that chance, then you can't trust them.
And he'll regrow his hand and... Okay, that's spoilers.
Shh.
Moving
Into
on.
oblivion.
So, did anybody else notice the Dora the Explorer moment in this episode?
Say
The
what?
wheel.
The wheel. That was a really annoying
Where
part.
is the array?
Yeah. Where's
What
Do
is
you
it?
see it?
I
Where
totally
is
thought
it?
Bill Nye the
Where
Science
is
Guy
it?
for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, basic principle.
basic
of-
principle, the same
Oh,
thing. It's like,
scene.
that's why I made a note here. For someone so smart, the Doctor completely misses the huge Ferris wheel as the signal booster.
He's very
My
familiar
note
with
from
London.
that scene was, holy cow, his teeth when he says fantastic.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Oh, man.
That's
he was-
fantastic.
Just
Aha, that's
how he
fantastic.
Shows,
Anyways.
shows every one of his fabulous teeth.
And yet here my comment is, what a great name. Anti-plastic.
Anti-plastic, yep.
Oh man, I wonder what
Well,
that does.
in 2005, they didn't have very much budget, and so they didn't really
Right.
have someone to
As
think
Right.
about a different name. Yeah,
Just like the original series, low budget.
low budget. I'm really glad. I will say this. I have a note on that. I'm really glad that the production budget increased over the years
Oh,
because
yes.
it is so much better now. Not only in content, visually, but writing so much better now.
The writing is the most important part. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Though even later, no, most important part to improve
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have to say, nonetheless, Russell T Davies, he has always written like my favorite episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and Moffat, he can go screw himself.
Wow, for
Well,
real.
tell us how you really feel there.
I mean, I've really enjoyed some of the episodes that Moffat has written, but on the whole, Russell T Davies, he's my homeboy.
But even later, we have anti-oil. Like, if it moves, it doesn't. Like, they stick to
Yeah, that's true.
pretty poor names for a lot of
Absurd
things.
Well, I mean, they have other things that are going on, so you don't really have to think about because they have clever names for the aliens.
Yeah.
I was like, you
Plus,
have clever
who
names for
knows
the
if
aliens.
that's what it's actually called, or he's just like, that's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it.
Right.
I like the slogan.
You don't know.
But... it's,
Anyways,
so many questions.
speaking of the anti-plastic scene, there's a lot of Time War foreshadowing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Foreshadowing.
that sort of one-sided
all that
conversation.
stuff you don't catch the first time you see it.
That's
Or that you have no idea what they're talking
Yeah.
about. at
yeah.
least.
That's one of the things that most confused me at the beginning because they never really explain it. When I first watched
Until much.
Doctor Who,
Mm-hmm.
was the time. So the previous seasons happened, and then we skip some time, and there's the series, the
Mm-hmm.
ones we're watching now. But in between seems to be where they place the Time War.
Is
Right.
it? No, almost nothing. About
It's
the
like it's
timeline
in
with
between the
originals.
old Doctor Who and the new Doctor Who.
There was okay, so
I feel like
there
we have
was
to
no
clarify
time
this 'cause
war.
It's real.
Yeah, there was no time war in the end of the original seasons.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
But then there was like this TV
made for TV
Yeah.
movie,
that didn't hit very well.
which
Yep.
actually Peter Capaldi was supposed to audition for, but
Hmm.
he thought, oh, they'll never cast me as a doctor, so he didn't even show up to his audition, and bam, here he is, Doctor Number 12.
Weird.
That band was really, really loud.
Sorry, but that's just my fun tidbit that I get really
13?
excited about. I was like Emerald right there.
Yeah.
Bam! Cooking.
Dr. 13,
Is
what?
he 13?
He's 13.
He's 13.
Capaldi? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because
he's 12.
No, because they had 12.
no,
That was all that he had, but then they gave him another one.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's still number 12.
Ultra spoilers.
We're
I will fight you to the death. He is Doctor Number 12.
I mean, unless
He's
you're forgetting one of the
he's
others,
reincarnation number 13, but his technical
Oh
number
my
is
God.
number 12.
Oh my god.
Guys, I have a chart on Pinterest. I
Wow.
will pull out
I
my
have
chart.
seen said chart.
I got it.
I can
got
verify
It.
her.
Yeah.
We,
All right.
we ignore
All right.
the war
we
doctor.
we
The War
bow
Doctor doesn't count because he's not the Doctor.
we
This is how
bow
much
to
I
your
care.
amazing
We got it.
The visual
Doctor
that
Who
accompanies this is how much
knowledge.
I care.
Oh,
Dear.
thank
The
you.
sarcasm is strong with this
Yes.
one.
I know.
Good.
You better believe it.
If I was on the phone with my mom after this happened and she was talking to me like, oh my gosh, don't go out of the house, all the plastic was alive, and I hang up the phone like she did, my mom would be pissed. She would be pissed at me. She's like, next time that you see me, you're dead.
I know.
I'm pretty sure she is, isn't she? She's
She
like,
probably was, but
where were you? No note.
Oh,
no
well, it's
phone.
been
She's
like
like, she
2
goes Molly
years.
Weasley on
I
it.
know Molly Weasley on him. Oh,
Howler.
But if we're gonna talk about the plastic again, can I ask how much did the British version of SAG have to pay these actors to dress up in these mannequin costumes?
Do you think it was SAG?
A show like this would definitely be a union show. It wouldn't necessarily be SAG, but it would be their own British guild.
Right, I suppose.
Actors Guild. Or union. I just want to know what their rate was because...
Probably very low because they didn't have a budget.
Students. They were students.
That
We
was
already
the sound.
referred to
They're all
Oh,
students.
sorry,
There you go.
students.
There you go.
I
And I
missed
would
that
dress
completely.
up in those things to
Yeah.
be on Doctor Who, whatever.
Yeah.
And make ninja motions.
What was the
There
name?
wasn't
No,
much
it
to
wasn't
figure
called.
out.
It wasn't
Yeah.
called Doctor Who when they first released it. They called it something else.
Well,
They had a code name for it.
yeah, it was Torchwood.
That's right. That's where that
Because
came
it's
from.
an anagram.
Yeah,
Of
Is it?
of Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Woodstock? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they called it Torchwood,
So no one would know
No.
what the show actually was. Yeah.
and then they made the show Torchwood.
Which was... we only
I
ever
feel
saw
like
the
I've heard
first
the fact
episode.
that
It was-
this
So
has
they
been around
didn't-
before.
No, we saw a couple episodes.
It was to sneak Doctor Who in without people expecting it.
Yeah,
It was to reboot it, and they wanted it to be a complete surprise to everyone. Because they didn't want spoilers
Yeah,
being leaked.
the only people that
Wow.
knew that it was Doctor Who was the Doctor and Rose and Mickey, because they were the ones to see the TARDIS. I think those were the only three.
Wow. That's worth... Wow.
I believe that
Fascinating.
that's the case.
Espionage.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
We're
This
under
gets more and
contract
more
to say that
cult-like.
word as
I
many
know.
times as possible while we're watching Eccleston.
Yeah, I really like the Next Time On Doctor Who featurette at the very end of the show. Not just this one specifically, but in general, because it really makes you want to watch the next episode. It does a really good job of kind of clenching the next episode for you.
We've
Yeah.
I
always
feel like
done
it'd
that,
be
yeah.
something I would watch if it was like, okay, well, I'm watching this live and next week on Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm just watching it like series, I'm gonna watch the next episode as soon as I hit skip at the end of this. Then
Yeah.
It's like, who cares? It's just spoilers.
But it,
If I had to wait for it, I would do it. Because then you get all that speculation time and oh my
Right.
gosh.
but I
what
can
is
Oh,
say
what's
from
gonna happen?
experience, it makes it really hard to go to bed at like 1:30 in the morning, and it's like next time
Mm-hmm.
this, and you're like,
I watched this in college and I just binged it over like a weekend. It was terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I
All
watched
of the series.
6 seasons in a month
Mm-hmm.
plus classes.
Something like that.
yep.
You know, Link, I have to
Yep.
admit that when you and I first started dating, one of the reasons why I kept dating you was because you had introduced me to Doctor Who, and I had to keep on watching the next episode.
Is that serious? Are you being
Yes.
totally serious
I'm
right now?
100% serious right now.
This I have not heard of this. This is the first time I've heard about this, and I've got to say I'm rather shocked, however pleased at the outcome.
Yes, I mean, I
well,
love
all's
you
well that
to
ends
death,
well.
but that motivation a little bit when we first started going together was I need to see the next episode of Doctor Who. Thank you, Doctor, for bringing us together.
Yes, thank you BBC and Doctor Who for bringing us together. Apparently,
Beautiful.
I
Yeah,
love you.
I know.
Just
It's okay. I guess the last thing I had to say was, let me see. I can't find it right now. Can someone else?
I have to reference the '90s trash can belch.
So
Every
cartoon,
classic.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like why?
Yeah,
had
I found.
to be in there.
Straight out of Looney Tunes.
I know. It's like, well, all right.
Or
gotta-
Quest for Camelot.
Yeah.
Tree totally belched exactly the same way.
They have the same stock one. They just throw it in everything.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And
I'm
Stock
sure.
belt.
Chest in Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
if
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
not mistaken.
yeah.
It's just
Wow.
the
Standard stock.
quintessential inanimate object.
It's like that camel noise in everything. I
Yeah.
can't even like.
The
Yeah.
Wilhelm scream.
Yep, that one too. Okay, so the other little bit of information that I had on this was I was listening to the commentary in Portal 2, the video game,
Okay.
and they said that they based their music off of the music from Doctor Who.
That
Oh,
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Fun
It sounds a lot
tidbit.
very
Having-
similar.
Played unspeakable hours of that game. I can attest to.
Unspeakable hours.
Because
And when
Portal
I say
2 is an
unspeakable,
anagram.
I mean more than
Oh,
I care to admit.
Portal 2 is an anagram of Doctor
Of-
Who. Did you know that?
pot. Lol. I don't.
but
I have to write it out
Lol.
or something.
Rope towel.
Rope.
Two talpa. Okay, go.
What is
Fan-
wrong with
Someone
you?
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, closing remarks. let's go around and say anything that you want to say as a final remark. Light,
All right.
you go ahead first.
I'll go. Light will go. One of the things that I thought was really fascinating, possibly with the Doctor Who and philosophy, I love thinking about the nesting consciousness there. It was literally controlling every single one of those things independently,
And
so that they would know what to attack, what not to attack, how to do it. Firing, like, they were extremely accurate at what they did, and enough to bring down cars and all that. I'm like, what is life like in such a mind that is operating in thousands of minds at the same time, controlling them all independently, yet still communicating as a single unit? Like,
Hive mind hub.
Yeah.
That's what I want to leave you with.
Interesting. All right. Jen?
Um,
It doesn't have to be as deep as what he said.
yeah, I mean,
That's
the
my
only
last
thing
thought.
that I have left on my little notepad here is that I just really enjoyed the 90s style of Rose's bedroom and her outfit, that
So
jacket.
pink.
Still want one. I'm the newbie to the group, guys, just so you know.
Noob. I gotta say, overall, I really do enjoy this episode. I think it's a nice, easy way to kind of ease in to this new series of Doctor Who. It has a little bit fun reminiscence of the classic series where it's not too dark. They still do have a lot of fun. They learn a lot along the way. And, you know, it definitely opens the door to all the wonderful, albeit dark things yet to come in this series.
And if you can survive how overwhelmingly cheesy it is,
Right.
there's a lot better stuff ahead.
A lot
When
better
their-
stuff.
Their budget becomes significantly
Yes.
larger.
Moose, out of the 5 of us here, you're one of the only people to actually watch any of the original seasons. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Oh, I guess so.
I haven't seen a single.
I've seen
Nope.
maybe 1.5 or 2.
Episodes or
Yeah.
something for me.
I haven't seen a lot.
It's rough.
But you know, I've done some of the research into the more into the original series, and I was able to catch a few of those episodes while they were still on Netflix.
Yeah.
So
Oh, they were on Netflix, weren't they?
I know,
forgot
but
that
you
they
know,
were.
the pacing, of course, is just so much different than the new series and this reboot. And I think for a lot of these modern audiences nowadays, they would lose interest, and it's not something that everyone would be interested in.
I would agree.
I feel like if I had
It's-
started here, I might have been like, But the first episode I ever saw was Blink. Some friends.
Yeah,
Oh.
me too.
It's an
Right?
excellent.
My friend
opening
showed me
episode.
it, and
Yep.
I was like, "What is this?" Then I watched it. I was like, "Holy crap!" So then,
Link is a
eventually-
great episode to start on.
Oh yeah, it's engaging for sure.
I was forced
But
into that
like the
one.
Doctor
Yeah.
is barely even in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I came back and started over, and I was like, "Who is this guy? This isn't the Doctor."
Right.
And I definitely did not appreciate Eccleston the first time through.
Oh, I'm sure.
Having come back and seen it more than once,
Yeah.
I appreciate him as the Doctor much more. And in fact, I miss him a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
So much
The
potential.
only point that I still have here is this the only episode where he ever actually uses the screwdriver as a screwdriver? When he's like unscrewing the screws from the cat flap?
Oh, was that him?
That was him.
Oh.
Those were nails.
That was the hand.
I thought the hand pushed him
No,
in.
it wasn't
Yeah.
the. Oh, was it the
The
hand?
hand pushed it in.
No, the
the
hand was
hand.
already in there.
No, because
No, that
Mickey
probably was the hand.
threw the
Wow.
hand
And then
in
it-
the dumpster. And then there was, yeah.
But it was making sound, and he was there, and
But
I don't
prob-
know.
No,
Probably.
the hand
Pushed it
scuttled
in. I don't
inside
know.
first, and then the Doctor was down. You know, he was sonicking because he was trying to trace the hand.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it came in a lot earlier, and he was actually using the screwdriver as a screwdriver, and I couldn't think if he
Unfortunately,
ever actually does that.
I don't
again.
think he does.
It doesn't work on wood.
What are you going to do? Assemble a cabinet at them?
That was the quote that came to mind.
I guess really the only thing that I had was Deus Ex Machina Doctor to the rescue. That's kind of a conclusion that I had because he, at the very beginning, Rose was at the point of where she should have died, and then hand, and it's the Doctor. Run. That's all you see. And so every episode after that is kind of he figures out a way to get everything at the last possible moment before everything can go all to crap.
Right.
Deus Ex Doctor.
Dr. Ex Machina.
Dr. Ex Machina. I like that. I like that better.
Yep.
All right. So, to those of you watching, thank you so much for listening to us ramble on about the first episode of Doctor Who. This has been the first episode of Talktor Who. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to be back next week with the next episode, The End of the World.
At which point we'll probably get better and maybe have a higher budget. Also,
We're hoping. If you'd like
grow.
to
With them.
help us
shameless
with
plug.
a shameless plug. If you'd like to help us with our budget with better sounding equipment, right now we're running on 2 microphones. That's why things sound a little bit lower,
And distant.
a little bit distant. We do have a Patreon. I'll link it in the description below this podcast. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, for listening, and we'll see you next time.
See you around.
Thanks.